Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, I have come back again to bring a new lecture for the class of 9 and 10 Business Studies group for the subject of accounting, and also it's for English version students. Today I will discuss the chapter of 5, that is the name of accounts. I have already started on previous time, that is 2 lectures have gone. Now today our lecture number is 3 for the chapter of accounts, that we will solve the critic question number 2. Okay, dear boys and girls, now you can take your book, that is textbook, the subject of accounting, and open at page number 6 to 3 for solving the critic question number 2. I think you have opened the textbook, page number 6 to 3. You have already seen in the textbook from the stem you have to require 3 requirements or 3 questions to be answered. Requirement A, calculate the amount of opening capital from the above transaction or above information. Second one, show the classifications of accounts which are related to transaction number. That is 4 transactions are related to classification of accounts to be identified. And requirement C, that is the requirement of determine the debit and credit. I hope you have already understood the debit credit determination from the chapter of 3, that is the double entry system, which conducted in previous time. It may be first lecture for me to digital lecture in front of you. I think you have watched it, listened it, and understood it. So I think you are ready to take the lecture of 3, the chapter number 5, that is the accounts, for solving the critic question number 2. Okay, now you can go to the next slide for solving the critic question number 2. You can take your accounting copy for writing the answer. Requirement A, determine the amount of opening capital or calculate the amount of opening capital. What is the amount of opening capital? In this system, that is double entry system, opening capital is equal to opening assets. We know that capital is the amount which is invested by owner or which is brought in business by owner in business, that is the amount of capital. So in this system or in this question, what is the amount of opening capital? On 1st January 2017, the businessman started business with cash and two photocopy machines, started business with cash taka 1,70,000 and two photocopy machine at taka 75,000 each. That is, the two photocopy machine is taka 1,50,000 and the businessman started with cash taka 1,70,000 and office equipment 1,50,000. So his capital is taka 3,20,000. You are seeing in the screen how to find out or how to determine the opening capital. The format is given for writing the answer. In this format, we have to follow it for the finding out the opening capital. Date, particulars, amount taka detail and amount taka total. Okay, dear learners, I think you have written in your copy the amount of opening capital with the requirement A. Okay, now I can go to the requirement B. Is to show the classification of account of the above transactions. 4 different transactions are given for find out the classification of account. How to classify it? Okay, now I can go to the next slide. For the requirement B, now you can see in the screen, classification of accounts is shown below using table. It's a new table for classification of accounts. When you will classify the account from the transaction, then you have to follow the following table, follow the following format. That is, the 4 columns are available in this format. First one, date. Second one, related accounts. Third one, classification of account. Fourth one, reason. Okay, now you can go to the requirement B for solving these transactions to classify the accounts. Okay, at first you have to know in each transaction which accounts are related. Okay, given the date, transaction number January 1, started business with cash and photocopy machine. 2 items are related for starting a business. That is, these amounts are supplied or invested or brought in business by owner. So in this transaction, 3 accounts are related. First one, cash. Second one, photocopy machine, that is the one kind of electrical item or electronics item that indicated as office equipment account. Now for photocopy machine, computer, laptop, refrigerator, fridge, air cooler, air conditioner, in these items you have to open a new account, office equipment account. So you can write for the first transaction, cash account, office equipment account. As these amounts are supplied by owner, so it is treated as capital account. The totally three accounts are related for the first transaction: cash account, office equipment account, and capital account. Now, how to classify it? Classification of account, cash. We have already seen that in the lecture number 1 of chapter number 5, that is account chapter, 5 types of accounts are available in modern format: asset, liability, equity, revenue, expense. And which items or which accounts are related to asset, which are liabilities, which are equity, which are revenue, which are expenses, that you have already seen in the previous lecture. So cash is one kind of asset. So question: classification of account or what type of account? Answer is asset account. Reason: cash is in of the business, or cash increase in the business, so reason increase. Office equipment: it is one kind of asset. Photocopy machine or electrical item or electronics item, always it's one kind of asset. So it types of account is asset, and it has come in business, so reason increase. Capital account, that's related to owner or proprietor, and all the time it is treated as equity account. So capital has brought, capital invested, so equity increase, reason. January 3, deposited into bank or open an account by depositing taka. In this transaction, 2 accounts are related: bank account, another one cash account. We have already known from the previous lesson, bank asset, cash also asset account. So deposit into bank, so asset, that is bank account, increase, and cash has gone from business, so cash asset decrease. Third transaction, paper item purchased for business. So paper normally or generally it's one kind of stationery, but in this business, paper and other items is one kind of goods or product. So when goods purchased, then is purchase account, and for purchasing this one, cash has gone from business. So purchase account is one kind of expense account, and another account in this transaction, cash account. So purchase, one kind of expense, then expense increase, cash has gone from business, so asset has gone. So classification of account, asset, and reason decrease. This is the last transaction for requirement B. Paid for publicity. Publicity, there is the advertisement, is one kind of expenses. So in this transaction, 2 accounts are related: advertisement expenses, another one cash. Advertisement always expenditure for business, so classification of account is expense, and expense increase. Cash has gone for these expenses, so asset decrease. I think you have already written in your copy for the requirement B. Okay, dear learners, now we have to go to the next requirement C. Determine the debit and credit from the above transactions: serial January 4, January 8, January 24, January 30. So you have already known from the first of digital lecture, which delivered by me in the chapter of double entry system, how to determine the debit and credit. Debit and credit, when you determine, then 4 columns are available for determining debit and credit in each transaction: date, related accounts, debit taka, credit taka. Okay, now we can go to the determine the debit and credit for the 4th transaction: serial January 4, Paid for electrical installation. It is known that any kind of electrical or electronics item in this label, when purchased or paid for it, then it is indicated as office equipment account. So in this transaction, two accounts are involved: office equipment account, another one cash account. As electric item installation in business, so office equipment increased in business. We know that from the rules of determining debit and credit, when asset increase, then asset account is debit, so office equipment account is debit. And for paying the installation money, cash has gone from business, so cash also an asset. Cash has gone, so asset decrease. That's for why cash account is credit in this transaction. Take a 15,000 debit, take a 15,000 credit. The next one, January 8, pen purchased on credit. Pen, it's one kind of electronic or electrical item. You have already understood electric or electronic item when purchased, then office equipment account. When purchased, this item is in the business, so asset purchased, asset has come, so asset increased, then office equipment account is debit, but it purchased on credit, not paid in cash or by check, but on credit. So payable amount is created, or creditor's account is created, and liability account is increased. So when liability increased, then liability, respective liability is credit. In this transaction, office equipment account is debit, accounts payable is credit. January 24, received money for photocopy machine or paper photocopy or other item photocopy. This business is for service providing institution. Then received money, so cash has come in business from other source. When cash is in, then asset increase, so cash account is debit. Received amount for what? Service provided. So service provided, that is the service revenue account, that is the income account or revenue account. So you know that when income or revenue increase, then the respective revenue is credit in this transaction. So we can write cash account is debit, service revenue account is credit. This is the last transaction of January 30. Rent paid by check or check paid for shop rent. Rent, this is the regular item of any business. The rent, one kind of expense. When expense increase, then respective expense account is debit from the rules of determining debit and credit. And by check, when check is given, then bank account is decreased. So when bank decrease, then asset decrease, so respective asset account is credit. For this transaction, I can write rent expense debit, bank account credit. Dear learners, I think you have understood easily in the requirement C. Overall question number 2, creative question number 2. Dear students, I hope you have written in your copy properly. So okay, dear boys and girls, now we can go to the next slide. Okay, today's home assignment, creative question number 3 from your textbook. This is the page number 63, not 62. Now you can take your home assignment from your textbook, creative question number 3. I think it is available in you. But Now we can go for the previous home assignment. Now I will solve it. You can take your accounting home assignment copy and match the solution of home assignment of previous class. That is the lecture number 2 for chapter account. Okay, follow my speech and instruction and write in your copy with correct answer. Okay.